Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nono and I make faith-based content here on YouTube. I post my videos every week. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoy today's video and grow spiritually. That's the main aim here. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just dive into the video. So today's topic is on keeping Today's topic is remaining hopeful in the dark. Oh my goodness. Almost forgot. It's remaining hopeful in the dark. So this one is kind of like personal to me because I sometimes, like NJ, find it very difficult to remain hopeful in the dark, you know. My thoughts just go all over the place whenever I'm just faced with trials and tribulations. But then I kind of like gather myself again and say, no man, I have a living God. I serve a living God. I mean, why am I all stressed up? Why am I not giving every cares and burdens onto Him? You know. So my question today is, when was the last time you actually had like a genuine conversation with someone whereby there was no distractions, no music, no phones whatsoever, no TV, you know, but just like a genuine one-on-one conversation with someone? So I think this is the reason why we can't listen to God. I think that's why, because we are so distracted. We have so many distractions around us. We don't listen. We can't hear Him. So just like in Habakkuk, we're just gonna focus more on Habakkuk, the book of Habakkuk. And I'm sorry for the pronunciation because I'm not so sure about it, but it's Habakkuk. So in Habakkuk 1, Habakkuk challenges God. He challenges Him with the difficult questions. He goes on, and you know, he asks God those difficult questions. So you can tell that Habakkuk actually did love God. Once he finished asking God those questions, you know, he knew it was time for him to listen. That's where the listening comes in. He spoke everything, and he knew that now it's time for me to listen. So Habakkuk wrote, I will stand at my watch and station myself on the ramparts. I will look to see what he will say to me, and what answer I am to give to this complaint. That's in Habakkuk 2 verse 1. So what I love about these image, I will stand at my watch and look to see what God will say to me. You know, that on its own. Sometimes the reason we are not getting answers to our question is that we are not willing to pause for a while and to actually listen for God to reveal Himself to us. That's why we're just not getting certain things. You know, it's just like in Psalms 46 verse 10, it says, be still and know that I am God. Notice what God did not say. He did not say be busy. He said be still and know that I'm God. He didn't say be busy and know that I am God, you know. So how do you actually listen to God? You know, that's the question. How do we listen to God? We listen to God by opening His Word, by praying, you know, and waiting for Him to answer, you know. And yeah, God speaks through circumstances, guys. If you pause long enough and reflect, He speaks through people. He speaks through circumstances, you know, offering us wisdom, like coming from heaven. You belong to Him and spend time with Him and quiet yourself before Him, you will learn to recognize His voice. And there's this example that I like to use, you know. God takes you through a time where you're just going to be alone. Like He isolates you from everything. I think that's the perfect time with God. Like he prepares you, he prunes you, and he does all those stuff, and that's when you actually hear his voice. Because I think you can't actually hear God's voice in the noise, where like there's so much happening, there's a lot going on, there's this, that, my life, this, that, this. Sometimes he has to remove certain things, he has to silence things around you. You know, you have to move from point A to point B for you to hear what he actually has to say to you. And that has happened to me before. And at first I was so scared, because I was like, wow, you know, I once said this, I spoke about it on one of my videos, you can check them out. And I spoke about how God removed me from all the noise. It's quite scary at first, but when you realize that it's God that is at work with you, then you tend to relax a bit, you tend to like allow the work to happen in you, you know. Until we are willing to have that honest conversation with God, it's impossible for us to actually know peace. But how? You know, Habakkuk helps guide us through the valley, you know, with 3 specific actions. The first one being Habakkuk actually questioned the apparent injustice of God. And then the second one, he decided to stop and listen to God. The third one being he took notes. God told Habakkuk, write down the revelation and make plain on tablets so that a herald can run with it, may run with it. That's in Habakkuk 2 verse 2. With that being said, be still and know that he is God.
As I go down this road, can't keep going